Hallo Leute, willkommen zur Folge von Doki Doki Blue Skies. In der letzten Folge hatten wir ein bisschen wieder Zeit mit Theorie verbraucht, einfach den Tag genossen. Jedoch, wir haben einerseits die Therapie, die immer näher kommt. Und wir haben einerseits die Eifersucht, die noch ein bisschen mehr erleist, weil wir als Protagonist verstehen, dass wir bei einem Tag für uns selbst einfach nicht Yuri weglassen. Deswegen ist sie auch extrem eifersüchtig wahrscheinlich machen, weshalb sie, nachdem Yuri gestern gegangen ist, auch direkt danach gegangen ist, weil sie wahrscheinlich einfach nicht damit zurechtkommt. Auch wenn wir ihr sagen, dass es nicht so ist, was ja auch der Fall ist, aber natürlich ist es für sie schwer zu verstehen. Obwohl doch, im Herzen glaubt sie uns, aber halt ihr Gehirn macht einfach nicht. Denkt das einfach nicht und macht sie extrem schwer. Also, glaube ich mal, dass das ist. Auf jeden Fall legen wir los. Ich habe ganz schlechtes Gefühl, dass wir heute oder in einer nächsten Folge ein fettes Drama haben. Das ist, ja. Plus noch jetzt steht noch die Therapie an, das heißt, das ist noch mehr Stress und alles so, ja. Erstmal eins für Slowly open. I can't help but feel nervous about how today will go. I can only imagine how nervous Sayori is. It's such a big step for her, too. I just hope it goes well. Hey Sayori, where do you get going? Yeah. She's a little quiet and not quite as chip as she usually is. The journey to the clinic is a quiet one. Thankfully, it's only a walk away. Well, that was interesting. Oh, okay, wir sind ja schon fertig. Okay, tschüss. Das war's mit der Folge. Tschüss. Well, that was interesting. A therapist was incredibly patient and empathic. Now I was being insensitive with his questioning. He spent the majority of the session getting a picture of her current life situation, to which Siri was generally compliant. I think that after she told me about the depression, it might have become a little bit easier to talk about it, given I was the first person she confessed to. She didn't look entirely comfortable, but after a few reassuring smiles for me, she was able to answer his question. The session passed by relatively quickly, and before we knew it, it was already over. She was quiet as she breaks the silence. I've heard of horror stories about people who get really insensitive as therapists, and I was really scared I'd be one of them. But she was really patient, so that could have gone a lot worse. She tilted over into the silence. I'm really proud of you, Sayori. I know that must be really hard for you to do, with how confusing all of this can be. Really does make me happy that you're doing this. I'm glad to hear that, Kazuma. I really am. By the way, can we spend the rest of the day together? I don't want to go home just yet. Of course you can. Calling up on the coverage it is. Bitte lad dich Jurian. Bitte lad dich Jurian. Mach nicht wieder den gleichen Fehler. After swinging by the shops to get some snacks, we find ourselves back in our typical cuddling spot. It's rather quiet between us, and a given, I suppose, after therapy session. There's a lot to take in for us, both of us. Tackling onto her session raised so many questions in my mind, though. Now is the best time to ask them, though. Hey, Sayori? Yeah? Why don't we play something? We don't have enough people for a board game, though. Nah, I don't mean board games. Remember we used to play video games together when we were kids? Entschuldigt. I always found video games as a really good way to escape reality. Last year when I was really lonely, I found it helped to take my mind off things. Plus, there's some games I have that I think you might enjoy. She sits up. Sure, that could be fun. What games were you thinking of? As it turns out, I still have some of the games you used to play. Do you remember BenQ? Oh, the one with the bear? Yep, that's fun. Let's give it a whirl. As I was hoping, gaming has proven to be a wonderful way to get her mind off therapy. She truly lost in the colorful, immersive world, with her face scrunched up in determination. At first, she wasn't very good at the game, struggling with the controls, getting lost, and generally being unsure of what she's meant to do. Although, after a few pointers from me, she really started to pick it up and was soon getting a hang of it. Sarah can be really good at things when she puts her mind to it. It's almost uncanny how skilled she can be, especially as a contrast against the airhead vibe she can give off. Aha! I knew I'd find a jigsaw piece there. I laugh, she's having a great time, and it's heartwarming to see her so happy. Even if it's all over just a video game, nothing will ever beat seeing Sayori smiling. I'll never know how just cute you are, Sayori. Huh? Just seeing you happy makes me so happy. And I swear that nothing will ever change that. No, not that I'm complaining or anything, but where did all of this come from? Truth to be told, I'm not really sure. Being in front of the therapy room just now was quite eye-opening for me, not just because I got to see how therapy works, but because it's really dawning on me that she has depression and there's something we can't deal with alone. Of course, I believed her when she said she was depressed back in November, but well, meeting the therapist and watching him do his job really drove the point home. I'm obviously really good she's seeking help, but it made me think. She's been depressed for a long time, and I've only recently came back into her life. So, what was her life like for while we weren't friends? Probably awful and super lonely. Kazuma? Are you there? You're looking kinda sad. What's up? A bright smile does nothing for my guilt. Oh, sorry, silly. What are you sorry for, silly? Well, you probably begun to hang out not too long ago, right? Since September. Yeah? She pauses the game, sets the controller down, sensing urgency in the situation. And you've been depressed for so many years. But I wasn't there for you. We drifted apart because of what? Because I wasn't needed to prioritize gaming and anime over you. I can't even imagine how hard things were for you when we weren't really talking. Kazuma, none of that is your fault. Then she takes my hands and it hurts. A part of me thinks that, well, had I made more of an effort with you back then, perhaps us drifting apart didn't cause me to be depressed, Kazuma. Truthfully, I don't really know why I developed depression. There's a lot I don't know about my condition, but the one thing I know is that it doesn't really need a reason. That's why my doctor said the last time I tried therapy. So please don't ever think that you so much contributed to my depression, okay? You like the polar opposite. When I'm with you, I'm happy. You make me feel like I'm actually worth something, even though my brain tries really hard to tell me that you're lying. Yeah, but that's in the present. What about the past? When there were years where we didn't hang out at all. I actually had this conversation with Monica once. It's normal for friendships to be like that, I think. You can go a long time without talking to someone, but if you reconnect with them, you can both get along as nothing ever happened. Did anything really change? I pause upon hearing her words. I guess she does have a point, but I'm finding it hard to internalize. Ja, manchmal hängt man zu viel davon der Vergangenheit und bringt eigentlich nichts, weil das Einzige, was man dann mit der Vergangenheit wirklich anfangen kann, ist einfach das Anschauen, denken, okay, das war scheiße, ist aber so, muss ich akzeptieren und irgendwas daraus lernen. Obwohl ich selbst absolut nicht fähig dafür bin, ey. Ich hänge auch zu viel auf der Vergangenheit. She reaches forward and strokes my face, gently lifting my chin up so we maintain eye contact. The way I see it, we get just along as well now as when we did as kids. Besides, what happened in the past was the past. If anything, the part apart made me appreciate the time I do spend with you even more. Moment. Hey, voila. Well, I'm glad you feel that, Siri. I really am. It's just, well, you going to therapy today made me realize the reality of depression, and it made me reflect how much I've been absent in your life. Didn't mean to spring this on you out of blue like that, especially when you want to take your mind off therapy. It was pretty inconsiderate of me. It's okay, it really is. I'm just glad we can talk these things out, you know? You've been really patient with me, so it's the least I can do for you. And I'd much rather we talked about whether bothers you than bottling it up. After all, bothers are meant to be shared, right? I can't help but laugh. That was clever. If you say so. I do. Seriously, Kazuma, please don't blame yourself for anything, okay? I've been much happier ever since you came back into my life. I wouldn't have been able to go to therapy if you weren't with me, and like you said, well, I agree, it's a big step to take. There's a faraway look in her eyes as she ponders her next words. I gone so many years thinking that this was something I had to bear alone. But I have to admit that it's nice not to go through this by myself. She squeezes my hand. Besides, we can't really change the past, can we? I guess you're right. You really do have such a big heart, you know that? Nothing ever changed with you. And that's never going to change. It's almost like these that really bring out about a warm, fuzzy feeling inside of me. And I've never felt anything like this before, but it feels so right. Now, I think we have some jigsaws to collect. Of course, let's get back to the game, shall we? She reaches for the controller and starts playing once more. Within seconds, we whisk away into a world of childhood memories. The feeling of her warmth in my arms, the sound of her insolent laughter, and the smell of her hair. The little voice of guilt remains, but it's now easy to ignore it. Süß. Wow, it's late already. And tomorrow's a school day as well. No fun. Tell me about it. Monday mornings are the absolute worst. So etwas sonst. Als wenn du mit Mathe anfängst. Ja. Not even Sakura can save them. I just want another break. Well, we just had our Christmas one. I know. Oh well. Anyway, I should get going. Oh, leaving so soon. At the time of pulling puppy dog eyes causes her to laugh and shake her head. But it's late. I reached toward her and pulled her into her embrace. And in a playful attempt to stop her from leaving, I pushed her back down to the sofa, wrapping my arms tightly around her body. Wah, you fell into my grand trap. No, there's no escape. Ah, you caught me. Whatever can I do? Nothing. My mastermind plan is absolutely foolproof. Is it theory proof? What do you... When lips meet mine and immediately I'm taken away to another world. Man, it's almost scary how powerful the sensation is whenever we kiss. No fair. Are you complaining? If you were, I could just... I thought it innocent playful. Not kiss you again? Hey, I didn't say that. Okay. You win. Well, there's one thing you didn't prepare for. Oh, und what would that be? Wahrscheinlich wieder, dass wir sie kitzeln. I quickly boop her on her nose. Boop. What? My sneaky boo was unallowed. Oh, but so nice sneaky ear kisses are. You had me trapped. It was just self-defense. So what's my boop? Isn't over, meanie. Looking forward to a rematch then. Reach over and check my phone. It's almost midnight. As much as I hate to admit it, we probably should call it a day. Although, having said that, an idea just popped into my mind. Okay, Siri. How about... Ooh. Wir können fragen. Why did you stay the night? Here? That way we can also make breakfast tomorrow morning before school. Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, sleep though. Well, I was thinking I could take a sofa and you could have my bed. Nah, there's no way I'm letting that happen. You can sleep with me. There's an awkward silence for a second, made slightly comical by fact Siri hasn't realized the implications for the word. Sorry. I didn't mean like that. You know what I meant. Anyway, I'm just gonna get my stuff from my place, so I'll be back in a second. Alright. After completing my bedtime preparations, I really slid into bed, thinking about the conversation that took place today. It's been a lot to take in, I suppose. Ever since Zoe became my girlfriend, there's always been a nagging fear that I'm getting into something that's way beyond me. Going to therapy has helped dispel that worry. Though today was relatively smooth, and I'm hoping that doesn't change. Faintly, I hear the click of the front door, followed by footsteps. I'm just gonna get changed, then I'll join you. As he approaches the bed, I can't help but notice how nice her legs look in those shorts. Won't you be cold in those pajamas? Nope. I have you to warm up, remember? I'm suddenly very grateful that I have the blanket covering my body. Ich nehme an, da ist irgendwas erwacht. Oh Gott. Sterbt direkt anscheinend. Okay. She slides in next to me, pulling the blanket over herself. Slowly changes over to me and positions herself so that the top of her head lies just below my chin. Resting her head on my chest, she looks at me, moves in for a quick kiss and giggles. At such proximity, I can hear her heartbeat. Her hands feel soft and warm against the fabric of my shirt. She's incredibly warm, but it isn't overbearing in the slightest. On instant, I wrap my arm around her body and rest my face on top of her hair. Good night, Siri. I plant a kiss on her forehead. Good night, Kasma. Das ist schon verdammt süß. Oh. Ich bin gespannt, ob der morgen auch gleich süß verläuft. Ich hoffe. Wahrscheinlich wird sie auch extrem müde sein. Okay, oder auch nicht. Okay, es ist doch vielleicht nicht so gut, wie ich gedacht hätte. Suddenly I'm pulled off my sleep, but what appears to be sobbing. As I slowly fight the quirkiness, I'm also aware of a slight dampness on my chest. I hate when Siri has a nightmare. The feeling of powerlessness, the sound of her tears, the look of anguish on her face. It always hits hard. Why can't you hear me? I need you. Come back. Please, come back. Siri? I gently shake her. Shh, Siri, it's okay. I'm here. It's okay. I told her. She carries on whimpering. She clings to me even harder, shaking with fear. I can only imagine what's going on inside her head. I fumble on my phone. The blending glare tells me that it's 7:01. Kasma? It's me, Siri. We're just having a nightmare. Don't worry, I got you. Stroke her hair softly as her crying subsides. I was horrible. What happened? She takes deep breath and composes herself. Wahrscheinlich ein Traum, wo wir sie verlassen haben, oder? Everything was so dark. You, Yui, Monica, Natsuki, you were all there. But whenever I tried to talk to you, it was like there was an invisible bubble around me. None of you could hear me, but there was this shadowy figure that kept talking to me. Fresh tears fill her eyes once more. It kept saying horrible, horrible things. It told me that I was useless, and that everyone would be so much better if I wasn't around. That you'd be much happier with Yui. And the therapy's pointless, and I'm just fighting a losing battle. It's nothing more than false hope, no matter how hard I try to believe otherwise. She sniffles. I tried calling out to you, to girls, to anyone, but it was just me and the voice, tormenting me, telling me everything that I've been trying so hard not to believe to. It felt sweet, Kazuma, so real. Just when I thought these things might have a chance of being okay again. I hate this. Why can't I just be normal? And it's already 7. No, I'm sorry, Kazuma. I just can't go to school today. It's okay, I won't go either. Huh? What about... I couldn't care less about that. There's no way in my hell that I'm going to leave you alone after what just experience. I can miss the odd day of school, it's fine. She opens her mouth to protest, but upon seeing the steely resolution on my face, she reluctantly obeys. I'll get you some water. Be back in a second. I don't know why I'm like this, Kazuma. Why is it that something as stupid as little nightmares make me feel this bad? I was hoping that finally there was a light at the end of the tunnel. But that was just naive of me, wasn't it? It's okay, you don't have to say anything, Kazuma. I know you might feel like you have to say some magical words to make me feel better, but all I have to do is listen. What really hurt me was that voice telling me that you'd be much better off with you as your girlfriend. Trying really hard to believe that I'm a good girlfriend and that I'm worth your time, but these thoughts are always there in the back of my mind. I know you will break my trust, but I just wish I could convince my stupid brain to see it the same way. And it's unfair, because I see how hard you're trying. Please believe me when I say I really appreciate you, Kazuma. But I'm just scared that I might all be for nothing. What do you mean? Well, what if I never get better? What if I'm always going to be like this? The pieces are all broken. You're trying so hard to put them back together, but what if you can't? What if you can't put them together because some of them are gone? I don't have an answer for that. I hate feeling like this. Ich weiß nicht, das Einzige, was mir einfallen würde in diesem Moment ist, dass der Hauptcharakter könnte sagen, ich werde all die Stücke, die übrig sind, zusammen machen und die dir fehlen, werde ich mit guten Erinnerungen füllen und dich zusammensetzen. Oder zurückbringen, irgendwas so in der Art und Weise. Feeling like I lost something that I'll never get back, no matter how good you support or how well therapy goes. I can't remember the last time I wasn't so tired, Kazuma. It's the worst part of depression. The exhaustion that never goes away. The exhaustion that sleep can never fix. The only good thing about sleep is that it's an escape from my mind. At least for a few hours. Well, when I don't have nightmares. I'm just so tired of it all. Tears slowly start leaking down her face once more. Her face looks utterly resigned. I wish that I could just wake up one day and actually have hope. She faces me with a sad smile. Her cheeks glisten with tears. Actually genuine hope. I hope that maybe, just maybe, things might be okay. Just when I begin to think that could be true, things like these happen. I hate these days. I hate these days so much. Therapy is already hard enough, and these nightmares make me feel like what little progress I've made has been reset. All of the doubts that I tried so hard to keep in check break free and they're merciless. I wipe away a few of her tears and gently grasp her hands in mine. We will get through this together, Siri, just like I said. I don't care how long it takes or what we have to endure. That's a promise. But I'm never gonna stop until we see this through. She looks away. Why is it that I'll never feel like I'm actually getting through to her? I have to try and stay positive for both of our sakes. Even though seeing her like this is one of the most demoralizing things on this planet. No matter what, you'll never be alone dealing with this. And if your pieces are broken, we'll create new ones. Perfect! Nice. I can't imagine how it is for you. Really, Kazuma? Ja, das war vielleicht kein guter Satz. How can you possibly know what it's like to feel how I'm feeling? Exactly, you don't. You don't know what it feels like. The constant numbness, the constant feeling that no matter what I do, the shadow will always be there. Putting myself to sleep, waking up in tears, having to fake everyone because you're terrified that people will see the real you. But I've seen the real you and you're still here and still trying to help. I get it, I really do. I know you're trying to help, but It hurts to see your encouragement as anything but just empty words. This isn't something you can just fix by saying the right stuff. She burst into tears once more. As much as I wish it was. I scoop her into a hug. She tries to push me away initially, but I hold firm, holding her closer to my chest. She eventually gives in and sobs unrestrainedly into my chest. I'm scared, Kazuma. I whisper softly in her ear as I gently stroke the back of her head. I know, sorry. I'm scared as well. We both fall silent, with the only sounds permeating the room being the sound of her anguished cries. ZOWIE? She mumbles in my chest. I'm sorry if I said the wrong things. I don't know what the right things to say to do are. This whole thing is just totally alien to me, and after you told me that my words are pretty much empty, I'm starting to doubt anything. She winces slightly as she bites her lips. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Came out much harsher than I intended. I want to believe what you say. I really do. I know that I shouldn't feel jealous and that I shouldn't compare myself to the other girls. I don't want to believe all of the lovely, reassuring things you say to me. But I can't know. I know that... but I can't. I know that what you're saying makes sense. It just... internalizing it is a whole other story. It's not your problem. It's all on me being unable to get over this stupid thing. Depression isn't just a stupid thing though, is it? I know it's not much more than that, Kazuma. I can't help how angry it makes me. I just want to be normal, like everyone else. It's like I'm not in control of my own body. The depression is the one that chooses my mood for the day. It chooses how I react to things and what I say. Like the day you made me breakfast. I really wish that I was appreciated from the start, instead of being irritated that you were in my room so early. It's so unfair. And I keep going on and on about it and... Don't ever apologizing for venting about your depression, ZOWIE. I know that my words probably don't sound as reassuring as helpful as I want them to be, but one thing that'll never change will be my willingness to listen. You've been battling this alone for so long, so it's only fair that I can be a shoulder to cry on. Problem shared is a problem halved, right? Well, it's obviously not that simple in this case, but it's something. She sniffles and nods slowly. It does help to at least be able to talk about it. That's something then. Having you around, as much as I don't think I deserve your support, it does make us a difference. That makes me happy then. Really? Yeah. I might not be a huge help, but it's still some help. Surely. She pauses to reflect. Yeah, I guess so. She nods and shifts herself so that her head lies on my lap. Once she settles herself absent-mindedly stroking her hair. No one told me there would be days like these. Oh, well, back in November after our fight, I was a bit lost. I didn't know who to turn, so I asked Mom for advice. What did she say? She said if you date someone with depression, you have good days like the ones we had before, and bad days like today, I guess. So I felt silent once more. She looks a little effective, and frankly doesn't seem to mind that I told Mom about her condition. Does she have depression herself? Nope, she dated someone who had it in the past. It's kind of spooky how accurate her advice was. What was it? She told me about how important it is to be patient and understanding for a start. Which you have been. I don't know, I still have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't really know if I'm saying or doing the right things. I thought I was, but after you told me that my words are just empty and starting to doubt everything. A lot of regret flashes across her face. Sorry, I didn't mean that. For all it's worth, you've been a great boyfriend, Kazuma. It's just not fair on you. Your heart has always been in the right place, and you put up with my moods. Well, that's reassuring to hear at least. And all I can do is return a snap at you for the smallest of things. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Mom did warn me. And being honest with you at times like these that make me realize just how serious depression is. But I'm glad I got the wake up call sooner than later. None of us really know what we're doing, but at least we have each other, right? It's also our first relationship, so we've really been fighting an uphill battle from the start. I've definitely enjoyed my time with you so far, and I think I'm a good boyfriend, so we could be doing a lot worse. I don't know, could we? I feel like our relationship has just been putting up with me. Do we have a future together? The words could cut deep, knowing that she has these doubts, especially this early on. What do you think? Honest question. I don't know. Do you want us to have a future together? Yes, so do I. But what about when we start our last year in school? Or when we leave school? What if you go to university and I don't? What if... Zoe, listen to me. Let's just take our relationship one day at a time, okay? You could probably drive yourself crazy by trying to predict the future. Do I know if we'll be together in a year? Truthfully, I don't. I have no clue what life will be after school, but there's no point in worrying about it now because it doesn't get you anywhere. Yeah, you're right. She gives a short and humorless laugh. I'm glad that one of us can think rationally. I remember how I thought that we let the spirit loose in the classroom back in October? That was the polar opposite of rational. I really enjoyed that day. It was nice to dress up in silly costumes and scare each other. A real throwback to our childhood. Definitely the highlight of the year, along with Christmas. There's something really satisfying about seeing someone light up when they unwrap a present you got them. I have the photo you gave me in my room, by the way. It always makes me smile whenever I see it. Even when you're not physically around, you still make me happy. Please don't forget that. Thank you, Kazuma. I'll do my best. Okay. Wir konnten wenigstens ganz viel aussprechen und miteinander teilen. Das ist ja wenigstens gut. Wird aber wahrscheinlich noch viele schwierige Situationen demnächst kommen wahrscheinlich. Es wird 2 Wochen seit dem Albtraum. Okay. Ich würde sagen, dann machen wir hier den Save. Yes. Und ich würde sagen, dann machen wir nächstes Mal hier weiter, wo wir dann schauen, was so passiert jetzt 2 Wochen danach. Wir sind dann jetzt Mitte Januar oder... Also, wenn ich so denke, das nächste, was jetzt noch ansteht, ist wahrscheinlich dann Valentinstag, ne? Das nähert sich ja dann. Aber ja, dann danke fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen und uns beim nächsten Mal. Tschüss!